I found out that my husband was screwing around and told me that he'd rather divorce me than give his phone password. Now he's relentlessly bugging me for remarrying quickly. We had a wedding at the end of 2019. I was the happiest I had ever been. I had married my best friend, and I believed that our marriage and relationship were perfect. We had our ups and downs the same as any relationship, but never had any significant fight or issues that would have tainted the relationship. But I started noticing changes in Ben. He will set up his work schedule so that he was away from home more. He wouldn't accompany me to things like movies or family outings. He will get short and snappy with me. He just began to feel cold and distant in my heart. I felt like he had already left me. In March of 2022, I had to travel out of state for a weekend. While I was gone, Ben would not answer my phone calls, texts, etc. He also disconnected and deactivated the security systems at our home, all red flags. After crying and battling myself internally over what I should do, I decided to return home from the trip a day early without telling Ben. I got home at 03:30 a.m. on Sunday. Ben wasn't expecting me home until Monday. When I came into the house, Ben was asleep, alone, and his phone was beside him. I picked it up and walked out of the house to go through the phone. The first time I had done this in our relationship, the things I saw made me sick. He had been sending pictures through Snapchat to various women. He had been Googling addresses and directions to different women's houses. I checked the GPS in his car and the addresses had been clicked there. Ben suffered from ED, so he kept Viagra in the house. I knew he had just refilled the prescription before I went out of town, so I grabbed the bottle and found that several pills were missing since I left on Friday. His screen time shows hours and hours logged in the messenger and phone, but he had deleted all phone call records and text messages so that I could not see who he had been communicating with. Then I found the Vault, an app where you can store photos and videos with password protection. I sent myself pictures of all of the various evidences I had found on his phone. I woke Ben up and told him that we needed to talk. When he saw that I was holding his phone, he became as white as a ghost and tried to attack me to retrieve it. I handed it to him and told him I had already seen all that I needed to see. I asked him what the password was to the Vault on his phone. As we had an open device password policy in our relationship, he absolutely refused to give it to me. He told me he would rather end the relationship than give me the password that told me everything I needed to know. I took steps the following few days to initiate divorce proceedings. I was so devastated that my rock, my best friend, my partner in life, had treated me like this, and so easily tossed our 7-year relationship away. I went into a state of depression. I couldn't eat and lost close to 30 pounds, couldn't sleep, missed several days of work, had to go to counseling and take medications to try to feel normal. After about 2 months of this, my best friend Mallory begged me to get on a dating app to meet some people. I was hesitant because I had never been on a dating app, but thought, what the hell? Maybe it will help me get over Ben. I joined Tinder and matched with Jake. Jake and I had a lot of fun chatting with one another, and eventually decided to meet in person. I was open and honest about my situation with Jake, and let him know about my divorce and ex-husband. Jake thought Ben was an idiot for ending our marriage and losing a woman like me. Jake and I increasingly began spending time together, and were inseparable after a few weeks. A few months later, in the summer of 2022, Jake asked me if we could be exclusive. In December of 2022, Jake surprised me and asked me to marry him. I was a whirlwind of emotions, but I said yes. Of course. This news made it to social media, and that's when I began hearing from Ben again. Ben contacted me to let me know that it was embarrassing to him that I have moved on so quickly, and that was publicly engaged. He was also upset in my choice of partner, as he made sure to let me know that he did not approve of Jake for me. I don't even know why he cared because he cheated on me and ended our marriage. Jake and I got married in 2023 at a tropical destination wedding. It was beautiful, and Jake went above and beyond to make it special for me. Ben reached out to me again to let me know that I looked like the cheater in our relationship because I moved on so quickly and got remarried. So Ada for moving on and remarrying quickly after my ex-husband cheated on me and divorced me.